CAPM. What is CAPM? CAPM is a cloud application programming model, and CAPM is a framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise grade cloud native applications in SAP BTP. Okay, this is a definition of a CAPM. Okay, what is this? CAPM is a language, libraries, and the tools. What is meant by these languages? Okay, what are all the languages that are possible to create this CAPM application with this cloud native approach? Okay, what are the languages it supports? It supports Java and Node.js. Okay, those are the two languages it supports to create a cloud native application. And what is a library means? Okay, it CAPM is a framework and it the framework of languages, libraries. Okay, what is libraries? Libraries means it contains packages. It contains a inbuilt lot more of packages within this. Okay, those packages are bundled as a node modules in our project. Okay, once you could see, and the last class also we have seen that once we have installed our npm command, or we have installed any of the dependencies to our package or JSON file with an npm command, we could see the node modules has been installed. It contains a lot more of packages, and those packages also contains of a dependencies files in that. It's based out of a CDS framework. Okay, those actually the CAPM will be relies on these node modules. Those node modules will be relies on this CDS. Okay, we will be seeing what is CDS and why this CAPM is completely relies on the CDS framework. Because in this CAPM project, in this CAPM application, we will be creating each and every file with an extension of .cds file. Within that CDS file, the CDS engine, actual CAPM engine, the node dependency engine will convert those things into a specific format which the framework will take care of everything. So that we will see those things in a detail in a couple of minutes ago, in a couple of minutes. So in next to that, here we have mentioned that and it's a tools. It consists of a tools. What are the tools it available to create a CAPM application? One tool is a very known tool, and it's a SAP specific tool, which is a business application studio. And the another tool which so far we are used for our local development is a Visual Studio Code. Okay, VS Code is the another one tool. So we are going to use, and sorry, we have used in our initial stage to create a npm based project. Okay, the node based project for building an enterprise grade cloud native applications in SAP BTP. And moreover to this, we will see that in a CAPM website, what they have given a CAPM means, so that you will be getting a more idea in this. Okay, here this is a very important documentation for our CAPM application. Here we could see lot more things. What is a CAP and how you can start a simple CAPM applications. How you can go with the golden standards or best proven practices. Those things you can see the documentations here. If you are going with a node-based approach, there are a lot of CDS files and CDS based plugins that you can add to your project. If you are going with a Java-based approach, you can add a lot of more plugins that you will be read those documents and you have to act upon that. Okay, now coming to the CAPM introduction. Here in this CAPR, actually the CAPR website, they have given us the Cloud Application Programming Model. CAP is a framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise-grade cloud applications. It guides developer along a golden path of proven best practices. Okay, now, let's assume that in your company, our manager is asking, so far we have developed everything in our on-prem system. Now we have to do the side-by-side extensibility to our on-prem system. Okay, so that what is the best practice? How we can do go with the best practice to create a side-by-side extensibility with an BTP solutioning means you have to tell that we have to go with the CAPM. Okay, CAPM is the one of the framework to create a side-by-side extensibility with our S4HANA system. Those things we will, I think we will be seeing what are the introduction, or we will be seeing how we can create a side-by-side extensibility in upcoming classes that I will try to cover those topics also. And next to that, which are served out of the box by generic providers cloud natively, they thereby relieving applications developers from tedious recurring tasks. Okay, in effect, CAP-based project benefits from a primary focus on domain. Here they are mentioning the domain as a technology. They have to the actually the developer should be focused on the technology, not on building or creating a project as their own not to create a project that is a whole task for this. Okay, the focus should be on the technology with close collaboration of developers and domain experts, rapid development at minimized costs, as well as avoiding technical debates by eliminating exposure to and logins to volatile low-level technologies. Okay, avoiding the technical debates because everything is embedded with this CAPM framework. We don't need to add or we no need to install any plugins externally to create a CAPM application in this. If you have a business application studio in your BTP cockpit, if it's subscribed to your user ID, you can directly go and create a dev space and you can directly create a CAPM, a cloud native applications. Okay. Yes. Here there are a very good example of bookshop application that I have created for the sample application for the sample purpose. They have created with this the CDS, everything is CDS based approach, and they have given the best practices by the CAP. Lot and lot more documents are available in this. There is a cookbook, domain modeling, providing services, what are the database that you can use, everything they have given. Please go through this document if you have some time. Let's just go through this document, what they have available in this, then you will get a good idea about this. But I'm not going to follow this entire document. I'm going with my own flow. Okay. Uh, because this document contains of more lot of this documentations. If we go with this, then we will be not able to complete all the topics, so that I will just giving the link in this documentation so that you can go and check on that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Next to this, as I said, in this CAPM, a cloud native application, we are going to create a CAPM project. In the CAPM project, we will be creating every file with the CDS file. Why we are going to create this every file as a .cds extension? That you need to know. First, before going with the to know about that, we will see what is a core data service and what it does, what it can be able to do, what are the data models that it can create. So that we will see what is core data service first. Yeah, core data service is an infrastructure that can be used by the database developers to create the underlying data model which the application services expose to the UI clients. Okay, what is mean? Actually, the core data service will create a data model based on the data model, the application service will be exposed to your UI layer. Okay, the persistent layer will create a data model. From that persistent layer, we will be exposing our service. Okay, exposing our service to the UI, user interface. This is what a core data service. This is the very important concept. What is the core data service? Here consider this is a user interface. Okay, this is a persistent layer which you will be creating or developing a data model with the help of the core data service. And next to this, we will have a DB layer. Um, okay, here I will keep the DB layer as small. Okay, here this is a database. Okay, this is a database here. This will be your persistent layer. In this persistent layer, you will having a service plus API. From this API, you will be exposing everything to your UI. Okay, this is what this core data service will do. The help of the data model. Okay, here we have a DB layer. From the DB layer only we will be getting the data. So that we will be connecting to the DB layer. Okay, just we will write a few lines about the core data service. It's an infrastructure that can be to create data model which the application service exposed to UI. Nice. Okay, fine. This is the definition of the core data service. Yeah. Okay. Let it be. Okay. But how this core data service will work in this CAPM framework? Okay, that we need to know. Concept of CDS and CAPM framework. Conceptually, core data service is same concept, but it has a different flavor in a CAPM. Okay, the concept says that we will have a design time object which is named as a CDS file. We will create a .cds file for almost everything. Example, service, DB, artifacts, annotations. For everything, we will be creating a .cds file. This CDS file will be convert the design time file will be convert, and the SAP's framework CAPM will convert this design time definition after compilation to the runtime object. Okay. I know, guys, you will be not able to get these things. Let me explain in a clear way so that you will get this. Okay. Conceptually, CDS is the same, but different flavor using CAPM, which will have a design time object named as CDS. Named as CDS file, and we will create a .cds file for almost everything. For an example, for the service definition, we will create a .cds file. For the database, we will create a .cds file. For the artifacts, database artifacts, we will create a .cds file. On annotation, the same. Then what will do this framework? What will do once this CDS file is created, and how this framework will be convert this CDS file? At which stage it will convert the CDS file into the runtime object? Okay, runtime object is nothing but a SQL based. Okay, yes, this is a design time file and the SAP's framework, which is nothing but a CAPM, will convert this design time definition, because it will create a for data service will create a data model. In the data model, you could see that the data definition will be available. Okay, it will convert the definition, design time definition, after compilation to the runtime object. To runtime object. Okay, this is what it does in a CAP. Okay, I will explain you in a pictorial way, then you will be able to easily understand this definition. Okay, consider that we will be creating a, we have created a file, okay, with an extension of .cds format. Okay, we have created a file. .cds. Okay, this is a definition. This file will be converted. Okay, this file will be converted with the CAPM. Actually, the CAPM will contains a lot of engines. Okay, CAPM will contains a lot of engines. In that, the main engine which it will work is a CDS engine, which is a node-based node dependency engine into a SQL code. Okay, this is the, actually this will be having your application on top of this. This is your application. Package.json, it will contains all the dependencies. The node dependencies will be contained in this package.json, and this will be converted to this CDS engine will converted to the SQL code. This is a conversion that will be happen, which the design time definition will be convert in the at the time of compilation to the runtime artifact or the runtime object. Okay, and one more thing, guys, in this CAPM, we can just plug out and plug in a different databases. Okay, let's assume that for a development you are going to use a PostgreSQL as a database, but for your production system, you need to, for the production you are going to use a AnaDB as a database. How you will do that? For the development, the AnaDB will be cost, so that you are going with a PostgreSQL, that will be cost. The enterprise edition will be cost less amount of dollars to pay, so that you will be having that. And for the Production, obviously, you will be going with the HANA database, but because that is a SAP's recommended database to have it in a production, most of the companies are using the HANA database in the production. For that, how you will maintain all those things? The where will be maintaining all those things? Because you can use a different database in a different environment. That is also possible in a CAPM. How it does means the same thing. Okay, for the database, it is a database agnostic behavior. That is what SAP is telling. It is a CAPM is a database agnostic behavior, which will be converting the design time definition after compilation to the runtime object. Okay, if you are using a Postgres SQL as your database, those data will be formed in the form of .cds file definition. This CDS definition will be converted to this CDS engine at the compilation that it will convert to the SQL code. Basically, the database will understand the SQL code, then only can able to create a tables and the entities, views, association, composition, everything that will be possible. So that this is the process that will be run at the time of the what I can say at the time of the conversion. Okay, the design time to the runtime artifacts. And you can use a different database for the different environments, different landscapes for the development, quality, and the production. For the development and the quality, if you are using a one database, and for the production that you can use another database, those things you should be maintained in your package.json file. This package.json file is the very most important file. All the dependencies, what are all the database that you are going to use, what are all the dev dependencies, what are all the application related dependencies, and any other informations about your project, about your cloud native applications, those things will be available in your package.json file because it is a very important file. Okay, fine. Hope you got a clear understanding what is CAPM